I trust him.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Like, I know I just said that you have to give people more time and know people before you trust them, but
But we trust Muhammad. He's fine. Hello.
Hi.
I'm Mitch.
I'm Ashley, and this is our channel, membriash. We took a minute away from the from the channel because
Dissociating for a day.
Yeah. As you may or may not be aware, the U.S. had our presidential election recently.
And obviously we reaffirm our support of queer, trans, non-white people, disabled people.
We're not obviously we watch TV, so like politics is not like the thing that we do on YouTube, but I think we just, you know, I think it would have felt weird to like hop into a video without saying something brief.
And I think our values come out every time we talk about stuff, and so we can't hide that. And obviously, if our vibe is different today, we can't hide that either. So that's what we're saying. If you do want to talk more though, and you're like stressed or anything, hit us up on our Instagram. It's the same handle, membriash, and it's easier to talk with people there. Some people just like chat every now and again. It's just really impossible to do on YouTube because we don't get alerts whenever they're like responses to a response. We only get alerts when they're like the main post. So if you do want to chat with us, hit us up on the Instagram. Happy to say hi and stuff.
Right. If you want to chat with each other, down below is obviously the best place. But the other good thing about Instagram is then if you don't necessarily want the input of like the
random
rest
people,
of everyone else,
and
you just want to chat with us, we could talk there.
And we're open to a whole lot of discussion, but one thing we do always stand by is that we block hate speech, basically down below. So there you go. Do you just want to watch some Habibi? I don't even know what else to fucking say.
I don't know what else to say either. It all feels not enough and too much all at the same time.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Luckily, we have a lot of reality TV to help us.
Lots. And
so much.
Argentina came out. I can't remember country names. Argentina came out yesterday. So I think we decided we're just going to blow through Habibi. It's episode 6. We only have through episode 10 for Habibi, and then it's done. Because there are only 10 episode arcs, including the reunion.
Yeah. Also, I'm in this. I don't want to like...
You don't want to go
I don't
want
to learn new people and learn their names and learn their situation. And then I don't like having two at the same time. Yeah. I know Netflix likes to release multiple seasons at the same time, but watching them, it's easier to just watch one.
Yeah.
You know.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're just going to blow through this in the next 4 releases, and then we are going to hit Argentina after that, and then we'll just be focusing on Argentina. So hang out for the next couple episodes. Like and subscribe if you want to do that. And then anything else before we hop in?
No, let's do it. We are watching Love is Blind Habibi episode 6.
Yes, let's go.
Oh, they're all getting together again, but for breakfast this time. So hopefully there won't be any like almost fist fights.
Breakfast feels like too chill of a time of the day to like fight over.
You can't be
also,
mad
it's like pastries,
right?
You know, cereal. You're gonna fight over pastries.
Over cereal, yeah, exactly.
Come on.
We argue sometimes, but she's perfect. Like sometimes I'm tough with her.
Nice, because at first he said like she was turned her back on me. She was upset with me. She says like we were both upset with each other, and then he says I'm a little tough sometimes, which I appreciate.
Yeah, because he is. He's kind of hard to deal with. A lot of people are.
As much as I don't really want them to get married anymore, I do agree with what he's saying though. Like it's normal to argue every now and again.
We tried as much as possible to discuss everything. During our time in the pods, we talked about a lot of things.
They did talk a lot. They had hard conversations too.
They do, yeah.
About places that they have differences.
We don't see eye to eye about the dancing issue, and we haven't discussed it yet.
She's unsure, is what I'm hearing.
They're on different pages.
Sounds to me like she's more unsure than he is, though. He's like, we are going to get married. You're going to stop dancing. And she's like, we'll see.
Yeah.
It's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
Because she needs to agree to it, too. And she's not sure she agrees to it yet. I'm still not 100% sure that there can't be some level of, like, compromise or, like, malleability with his very strict rules on dancing.
Yeah.
You spent enough time in this resort, and you had this beautiful vacation in this place.
Poor Asma and Katab have, like, not been there at all.
I know.
They're like, you've had this beautiful vacation to spend together. And they're like, have we, though? They've been there for, like, a day.
And now they're already going home.
I know.
A surprise! You get your phones back.
I don't know my password anymore.
When you don't use a tech item like that for a long time, that's legit. Yeah.
That's how I am when I log back into work, because I have so many passwords
and
they're all so long, and I'm like, I don't remember this.
Convincing your parents and friends of the partner you've chosen will love remain blind.
I feel like maybe that's just a different phrasing, but I don't feel like I've ever heard that question before. will love remain blind?
I like that question.
I like that phrasing, given the course of the show. I know it's all a little ableist, but but they're really like, you've met each other, you like each other, but does that love stand?
Is it gonna last? Because you can fall in love with someone, but it doesn't make it like a lasting love.
The last versus the falling is the easy part for a lot of people.
Definitely.
And you see it on the show. It is the easy part. People fall in love all the time, and then they're like, I hate you.
Yeah. Well, because they can't figure out how to reconcile their differences when they're actually in the real world. So it's going to be interesting seeing them do that here.
I wish you a long life filled with eternal love.
Me too.
Good luck.
For some reason, these hosts are coming off to me as more genuine and like less rehearsed than some of the other hosts.
Is there falafel there? Is there any falafel?
Pickles are on you.
He said, is there falafel here?
I love falafel.
I love falafel.
I love falafel.
Is one of my favorite foods.
Oh my gosh,
like,
the show is making me hungry. Last time we were talking about kebab. This time we were talking about falafel.
Oh my God.
Like,
he's talking about falafel. He said falafel again.
Yeah, because he's hungry.
I absolutely feel him.
So I finished the first phase of the experiment, and I got engaged.
Yay.
That's got to be so cool to get to share that with your family for the first time, because they have no idea.
Yeah. Okay, that was short. Hi, bye.
They just didn't include any clips
I
of
know.
it.
In a way, they're rushing the show more than other seasons, for sure, especially with 10 episodes, including the reunion. But also, a lot of the time, there's a lot of fluff that doesn't matter. And if there's not ridiculous drama, they've probably gotten through half the drama already.
Also, when they don't stay in the same rooms together, then you have less footage to be able
That's
to pull
true.
from, because you're not having those moments where they're like fighting or
in
uncomfortable in
or
their
uncomfortable,
hotel rooms. And I actually like this a lot better, because I feel like it's given them the chance to have space from each other when they need it, and to kind of like calm down if they've been fighting, like think things through. Like with Mito, he just woke up and was like, I don't want to be with this person anymore. I like that space. Like, I need that as somebody who's more introverted, so watching them have it, I feel like they're probably making
dispels
decisions
some of the tension.
that are like better and more in line with what they actually want, versus just getting caught up in the show, good or bad.
This is what I call the real phase, and it will reveal the truth about our relationship.
True. Honeymoon is always different. That's why they call it the honeymoon phase.
Yeah, for sure.
There's obviously a bit of emotional hijacking by putting them through all this, like the intense feelings in the pods, the intense feelings on the honeymoon, but it does mirror real life. You know, it's the initial attraction, it's the falling in love, it's the honeymoon phase, and then it's real life.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just how relationships go often.
Totally.
Not always, but...
It's true. Well, and they're forcing it all in a very short period of time.
Once I landed in Dubai, I immediately got on YouTube all the football goals I missed.
I know, I love that. I wonder what his favorite team is. Not that I really follow.
I've heard Manchester United's struggling right now.
They're one of the most famous teams in all of football.
Well, they're having a rough time.
Are they having a rough time?
I don't know. I saw an article.
What is it, Real Madrid too? Is there another big name?
Yeah, Real Madrid.
You know...
I don't know what that even means. I've just
they're big teams.
I've heard kind of.
Throw another big team down in the comments. I do not know football at all. I know those two teams exist.
All I can think about is making sure we have a happy relationship.
I do like how committed Amara is to Karma and to their relationship together. Like, I feel that commitment.
Yeah,
from
for
it.
sure.
Versus like Shafiq, in which I do not feel the commitment.
No, there's no turning back. I'm coming home.
'Cause it's been too long.
Feels like a One Direction song.
I know.
Feels like they put into AI like in the style of One Direction. Do you think they use AI to make these songs? They might. I just feel like there's an AI program that'll make songs for you. It'll literally be like this in the style
look
of
at this garden. Is he loaded?
Is this his house?
Is this his house or is this a f***ing...
That's not his house.
I think that's his house. I mean, we're watching a bunch of rich kids meet each other in a dating show is what it is. That's insane. Okay.
Oh, I just got chills.
The good thing is we agreed on waiting about 2 years and maybe a little more.
Yes.
To have children.
That's good. They're on the same page with like when they're gonna have kids.
At least strong foundation first.
That's smart.
That's great.
That logistical stuff can be really hard. It's good that they've already talked about a lot of that. Also, it speaks to their level of connection, because we haven't seen a lot of their relationship.
And they're like hashing out. They're like, we agree on all these things. Mm-hmm. I like Kitab so far. And obviously she'll be marrying into money if she doesn't have it already, so they'll be fine.
I think everyone on this show, I think this is maybe the most loaded season.
Yes, it's the most ostentatious.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen a house that's probably worth what this house is, including some of the wealthiest contestants we've seen on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the first house we're saying.
No, I know.
He's probably the poor one.
I know. I can't.
I don't know, maybe not.
I'm a bit worried about this and how fast it's happening.
Yeah, his mom's worried. It makes sense.
That's the kind of nature of the show. Our kitchen doesn't even have cabinets yet.
I can't. The like disconnect from
that cup.
Our reality, which
that cup's
is
probably
not
worth
this.
more than our car.
Right. And then like it's just wild watching people live like this when
I
like
can't even
this
focus.
I don't understand.
Katab seems like a really nice guy though.
Oh, he does, totally.
Okay, have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, love. Good night. Bye
Take
bye.
care, bye.
I like that he called her too to update her.
Yeah.
And basically tell her
Sorry. Yeah, totally.
like how his mom felt.
Yeah.
But then reassure her that like it's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Check in with her. That was nice.
He's shown up really nice so far.
He has. I like
to
him
me
a lot.
that was Asma. Okay. Yeah, he's showing strong commitment and also just like gentleness. He has a very calm energy.
Yeah, he does. Seems very kind.
He seems very kind.
So I literally got engaged after.
If you count the time overall,
10 hours of talking.
10
Holy shit.
hours?
This is the first time. This is the first time we've had like a hour count. On
I think so.
But it's probably relatively average to have a 10-hour engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think hers was quick though, right? Her
Yeah,
and Muhammad
maybe
picked
that's
each
true.
other fast.
They may have been faster than other people.
You know, each and every pod, he used to make me laugh and he used to make me feel safe.
That's good. Lightness and safety. That's all I want in my relationship.
That's what I feel when I see both of them too. That was very sweet.
Well, no, but that is the defining. This is, I mean, like, where we share our relationship with people. It is we laugh, and I think we try and make each other feel comfortable.
Yeah,
so,
of course. I want you to feel
those are
that
core tenets.
Totally. And it's nice to see people on Love is Blind finding that because it's I think this is a hard platform to find that on.
Mm-hmm.
And they do seem to have that with each other.
Agree. Dunya's house.
Today is the first time I meet a girl's mom.
Oh, this is the
Ever?
first time Shafiq is meeting someone's mom.
So he may have dated, but he's never like come home for to the family.
I wonder how big of a deal that is because I know like depending on the family, like here maybe you'd meet someone like right away, like you'd meet someone's family really early, and then other families it's like you wouldn't. Like I had a friend in college that he was like, if you meet my family, you're coming to like a holiday with us. Like if you're coming to a holiday dinner or whatever, like you're basically the person I'm marrying. Like I would not bring somebody to my family and sit at the same table
Unless
or whatever,
it was almost sure.
it's a sure thing. Yeah.
She told me a lot about you.
Shafiq is showing up well, and he's super nervous about it.
Yeah, you can see his nerves. It's actually really cute how
He was talking
nervous
about it
he
too.
is.
He said he wanted to wear clothes that would hide his tattoos, be as respectful as possible.
Oh, that's kind.
Listen, Shafiq. Wahiyat Allah, like the Lebanese would say, if you break my daughter's pride. Dunya, from the day she came out from here, she's been here. Now I'll hand her over to you.
Especially the way they're editing it, perhaps in real life, he's doing a lot of listening and absorbing, and that's good.
That is good.
Oh
my gosh.
Fashion catalog shots.
I know, for real. How is she not a model?
To be honest, Tamar and I haven't been talking much on the phone. We like to save our conversations for our dates.
Oh, so they're doing like an old school dating kind of thing.
Sweet.
No phones. That's kind of sweet. Rather than like texting constantly, just sort of like meeting up.
Yeah.
That feels like retro, you know, like 1990 dating.
Yeah.
Not that we were 3.
Yesterday was the first time I got into my kitchen to cook.
You didn't think of me, didn't invite me or offer me some, nothing at all.
Wait, I thought they were being cute and like...
I thought they were
being
too.
demure, and now he's smiling, but he's like... Wow, he's feeling
Even
tense.
the restaurant is fancy.
There's something important we need to talk about.
Uh-oh. Maybe he wasn't getting invited over because of the dancing shit. Honestly.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That's a lot for her to think about.
I thought things through. What does this mean?
Remember that I will have a reaction to whatever you want to say.
She's like, yeah, we're in a public place, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, they're going to dancing.
Uh-oh. He's getting ready to bounce? Is that what the chair posture is?
I think he's just composing himself.
Okay. He's doing the leg over thing.
I told you the first day we met that it's a big X for me.
He did say day one he didn't like dancing.
He did.
And I don't think that any man would accept it.
He doesn't think any man would accept. I mean, that's not true. Like, objectively, that's not true.
We'll see about other men. I'm with you now.
We'll see about other men. I'm with you now. Oh! Today's a really weird day. So why don't we take a brief break, play some ads.
And I decided that we shouldn't continue together.
Oh!
Karma!
I choose dance, I choose art, and I chose my life, honestly.
Oh! My God!
Good for her, dude. Dang, Karma!
So you sacrificed our relationship for dancing?
No, I didn't sacrifice our relationship. You said it's an ex.
She's like, you said it's dancing or me, and I'm picking dancing. Is exactly what she said.
Yeah.
Your life will be difficult.
Carmel's will be fine.
Stop it. She's fine. It's funny because the advice he gives other people he needs to take for himself.
Yeah, he's like...
It's not trivial
he could find a million different people that don't dance.
Sure.
How many people don't even know how to dance? Like, I don't know.
The thing that frustrates me about Amar is that she doesn't have to see the world the same way as him. And she can choose something that maybe will make her life more difficult, and she can still choose that. And it's not trivial to her. Maybe it's trivial to him, but not to her. And it's not trivial to him
me
either.
That's what she says. It's a huge part of my life.
It's unacceptable. As an Arab man, I don't accept it.
He doesn't have to.
She's not telling him he has to. She's just saying, okay, then I'm walking away, buddy.
Yeah.
I can't accept it.
Say what you want.
Karma doesn't give a shit.
With that view, she won't find a real man.
Okay, let's not call a man that would accept her belly dancing not a real man, because that's not.
Well, he's not getting any belly dancing shows. You know, that's all I'm gonna. Not from her.
I only want to shake hands. Honestly, I'm sorry.
Okay, he's done too. That's his right. That's fair.
Good for her.
Wish he had dealt with this particular issue more respectfully.
I wish he had to, because I think in other ways they were a good match, and it is a shame that he put such a strict stipulation on her, knowing from the outset that that was something that she loved.
Yeah.
I love my spirit more than anything. As a woman and a human being, God created me free.
Good for you, Karma.
I would have been fine with them compromising somewhere, but she's like, I'm gonna do me, so peace out.
Yeah. Oh, she gonna belly dance for us now?
Is this part of it though? Like she's like, this is my dancing.
She's doing
and I'm choosing this over Amar.
Because if you can live your truth and love your soul, love will be everywhere.
She chose her true love, and her love for dancing is blind.
She doesn't know this guy, and she's been dancing her whole life.
Yeah.
So, you know. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that either.
I was kind of expecting him to continue and sort of like work through it a bit, but
he just kept getting more and more strict about it though.
Yeah.
And
the way he showed up to dinner too. I think what happened was she was distancing from him because she was reconnecting with her love of dancing and her own life, and she's like, I'm not going to give this up for him, so she wasn't inviting him over. And then he felt frustrated because he's like, where the hell have you been? And she's like, well, about that, we're breaking up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was tense there, but at least he shook her hand.
I also like that
Mito just bailed.
I feel like both of them were like committed to the process and to finding someone. They liked each other a lot, but at the end of the day, there was a difference that they had that they couldn't compromise on.
And I like that they both viewed their thing as a non-negotiable, that they weren't going to say they would break and then not break it. They were both like, this. She said, dancing must happen in my life. He said dancing must not happen for my wife.
Yes.
And then they agreed to disagree.
Said, okay, let's
and then
separate.
they walked away.
Absolutely.
Like he can find somebody that fits his standards.
Yeah.
You know,
I like that too. I like that neither of them pandered for something that was clearly very important to them.
Yep.
And he didn't try and just say, yeah, it'll be okay. And then, once we're married, she'll have to follow me.
Yeah.
He was like, nope, like very transparently, you know?
Uh-huh.
DJing, I've been passionate about music since I was young. So I fell in love with EDM.
Tiesto, Armin van Buuren when I was like 15 years old.
Tiesto?
Yeah.
I know Tiesto.
I know Tiesto too. I think he's a pretty common EDM artist. It's cool that he pursues his EDM passions while also being like having a standard job. Yeah.
I hate people who are like
she's Egyptian. It's in our DNA.
Yeah. What are Egyptians not timely?
It's in our DNA.
Okay. Is that like I'll be there soon and they're there 3 hours kind of vibe? Like,
I don't know. Maybe.
I hear jokes about stuff like that. And never about Egyptians because we don't have a lot of access to Egyptian culture.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
فيعني she's not a good thing.
Not at all. No.
They seem super cute, honestly. I like Katab and Asma.
He fit in perfectly with her friends.
Yeah, they're getting along really well.
Absolutely.
And then him being cheeky when she gets back is like perfect.
Oh my gosh, this car. Jeez.
Yeah, it's just a Ferrari. It's probably...
Just a Ferrari?
It's probably a cheap car in Dubai.
Get out of here.
It probably
just
is.
A Ferrari.
You're talking Dubai, dude.
Oh my gosh. Porsche. It's a Porsche.
Oh, it's a Porsche. Okay, whatever. Fancy car.
We'll see if we can add room for the baby. Sure, didn't we agree?
Are they going to have kids right away?
Is this fake tension?
It kind of makes sense. She's 37, right? So,
yeah.
Because I think she and I are the same age. So if you like want to, you
gotta make a move. You gotta make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, I know personally the pressure of like having to make it happen. So
we should at least get to know each other better.
She's like, I'm not ready to have your baby, dude. Oh, this is the first tension we're seeing between the two of them.
I feel like they're gonna get on the same page though, and I feel like starting to have a baby in a year. Like, you can't just, like, snap your fingers and have a baby, too. So it's like...
Some people can.
We
can't.
Right.
Some people can.
I'll probably need to travel straight after our wedding.
Straight away? Nice. I like to spend my honeymoon alone.
Oh, because she's got some business shit.
Can't you take a vacation?
I already took a vacation for almost a month.
Because you're already using up your vacation time. Yeah.
Oh, man.
2 vacations in a row.
Hard.
That's hard. So she might have a lot of flexibility, but she's like, I need to get right back. And then, then I'll have another vacation around the corner.
Right.
That is shitty timing.
It's bad timing.
But she's talking about it, but she's like, you know?
It's really not her fault, but it does suck.
That would feel really shit. Even if there's nothing you can do about it, right? Because you're like, oh my God, this is so perfect. And then they're gone the next day.
That would be really disappointing.
That would be hard to deal with.
It would be hard, yeah.
And he's identifying that, but I, again, feel like they're going to get through it because they're the perfect couple.
I think so, too. Okay, so if we think two couples stay together, then Shafiq and Dunya?
I think Asma and Katab before it's Shafiq and Dunya.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Shafiq and Dunya are actually a really good match.
Yeah, if Shafiq can grow up. I think he's got some growing up to do.
Yeah, of course he does.
Strangely, Dunya, the 24-year-old, is coming off more mature.
Yeah, they're only a few years away, though.
Yeah,
so
that's true. And then life experience from there is a bigger thing.
Yeah.
Maybe she couldn't, for example, in 2 weeks, trust me, and I cannot trust her, you know?
He's bringing up big things because I think I agree with him in that trust is earned. You shouldn't give trust to people day one.
Yeah.
I think you need to see the behaviors in order to build trust. And him being like, she can't trust me, I can't trust her. We don't know each other.
That
it's
also,
2 weeks.
I think, is like people that have been burned by people before feel that way.
True.
Because I definitely do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to trust you.
And that's
like,
another
day
thing.
one.
Same.
Like, I will go to someone who raised him his whole life, obviously.
All right, so she's like, if I interpret this correct, she's like, his friend is just kind of having fun with it, but I don't really know much from that.
Yeah. She wants to meet his family first. Yeah, they're flying to Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon.
The values Dunya lives by are what my mom wants for me.
Hello, my darling.
Oh, that house is
beautiful. The other house, the Katab's house may have been more expensive, but this house.
Oh, man, I don't know. This is like an estate.
It says, well, also Dubai is very new. It's all new builds practically, right? You're talking Lebanon. That's some of the oldest shit in the world, you know?
Oh, that's cool.
Honestly, some days were good. Some days we wanted to kill each other. It's normal.
Well, the constant arguing, though, isn't really normal.
She doesn't know how to behave as a girlfriend sometimes.
You have to consider her age too.
There you go.
Some things need time to adjust.
Also, he wanted someone who hadn't had a lot of previous relationships.
Want, then?
This is what he wanted.
But maybe he's like, this is what I want, but it brings a complicating factor that is not something I considered before. Is that possible?
I wonder if he's been cheated on or something. Just the way that they talk kind of around it. But literally his mom just said the one thing that would break him is to be betrayed in a relationship.
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know, it makes me wonder. She doesn't seem like she is entertaining.
She doesn't seem like she's got eyes for anybody else.
Right, exactly.
If Shafiq shows up for her, I think she's gonna ride or die with Shafiq, honestly.
Yeah, I think so too.
Accept her as she is. You need to work on your explosiveness.
I like Shafiq's dad.
Yeah, he's doing the same exact. I think he's very clouded in his own experience on how he thinks that he and Dunya are showing up different to opposite sex people. They're both doing the same exact shit. And if anything, he was entertaining women more than she's been entertaining men. You know what I mean?
Although it's like, I think either of them were really entertaining.
I hear that. But as far as like the laughs or the lightness, that was present in both their conversations with other people. But I hear what you mean. It's not like they were really like going for anybody else. It didn't feel that way to me.
But then it's the same thing that went back to when he was talking to his friend. It's like you don't know these people well enough. He doesn't know her well enough to trust her with the level that you would want to trust someone you're getting married to.
Yeah.
And whatever reason that is, wherever that comes from, that's the scenario that he's in. He doesn't, I think if he trusted her, like if he knew her longer and he knew her character better because they'd known each other for longer, maybe he wouldn't have such a level of jealousy, because it does seem to come from a lack of trust.
Yeah, I hear that.
You have 2 weeks. You need to get closer to her, and we'll see later what happens.
I think his parents are coming in pretty reasonably. They're just like, Dad's being hard on Shafiq in appropriate ways, and then like offering advice and like not saying anything's final, and give it a couple of weeks and see what happens. I really like the Shafiq's parents.
Me too.
Well, they showed up pretty well. And
his dad too, reminding him like, if there are things that wants to change, like as she's maturing as a human being,
because she's still young,
like support her through those things. You know,
that's gonna be hard, and like having a calm, supportive energy rather than popping off all the time, which is what Shafiq is currently doing.
Yeah,
and I think his dad identified that.
I bought it.
Swear?
There's a market where people buy stuff.
Swear?
I bought it.
Swear?
I went.
You give them cash, they give you a product.
Trade, you know? Okay, nice. She's like, you really bought that? Really? Really?
He's like, yeah, you know?
Her teasing Muhammad is really funny.
I'm itching to look around and see if I find anything that I should know about.
She's investigating. She's like Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah.
His friend, and she's now engaged to my friend.
Yeah. So innocent.
Hello, you.
So innocent!
Yeah, I like that he has a couple of female friends. Like, that's nice.
But also on the wall here, he wouldn't have multiple different women on the same... You know what I mean? If they were, like, flings.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
Because you wouldn't be like, sign the fling board. Like, that's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe him just by the nature of the whiteboard existing.
I trust him.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Like, I know I just said that you have to give people more time and know people before you trust them, but
But we trust Muhammad. He's fine.
I do. I just feel like he seems trustworthy.
He seems it.
But this is why I get burned.
But you're also not dating him, so you can say I trust him.
That's true. Yeah, my trust in him can be small.
Infinitely larger than it would be because you don't know him.
Yeah.
What if it doesn't work? What if I have to go back to work?
I'll spend our honeymoon alone. Just me and 4 walls. Like the pods.
He's being a little like... He's being vaguely pissy about it, but he's also being kind of funny about it. I don't know. Like, what do you think? He's like, I'll just spend it alone. It's fine. Whatever. Who cares?
I honestly feel like these are like conversations you and I have where I'm like, hey, you have to do this kind of uncomfortable thing. Have you done it? And you're like, no. And I'm like, okay, so if you don't do it, then like we're both going to suffer.
And then I'll say, fine, I'll just hang up everything. I'll stop doing the dishes and I'll go do it. I actually do show up a lot like Muhammad, honestly.
You'd like to make a traditional proposal?
Yes.
The cutie. Watch out, she's got a cutie.
Love is Blind is not good with cuties, okay? There's history there.
Is there going to be a cutie cut on this one?
They have to get ready.
No, I wish they'd come sooner, because my family is coming from Canada.
Yes.
My family is flying from Canada.
Basically, their biggest issues are scheduling problems and the fact that their families are not here.
Yeah. Oh, and then meeting family because of the vacation shit. A lot of their problems are logistical.
They are logistics, yeah.
But it's also something that needs to get down right, and they're getting good practice navigating difficult situations. But they're an international couple, so they're gonna have to know like how to deal with this shit. And this is good practice for them.
It's very funny to me because he was upset that she hasn't talked to her manager about getting time off. She's upset that he hasn't talked to his parents about being here on time.
Yeah.
She's saying, I can't dictate my entire schedule. He's saying my parents can't dictate their entire schedule. They're literally having the same problems and they're upset with each other about it. I don't see why they wouldn't just postpone their wedding.
They're
Except
having an
that
administrative
Netflix
conversation.
makes them do it. But like, couldn't Netflix just do it a week later? Like, give them a little bit more time. Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, give them a week. Like, that's not gonna like. You don't need to film it.
It doesn't make or break the experiment. They still want to get married. They just want their families to meet.
At the end of the day, Netflix is the real bad guy. Honestly.
Right.
Yeah, that was I like Muhammad and Safa still. I think their disagreements, I think, are coming off really healthy for the most part. And like, sure, like Muhammad's like, he's doing the thing that I do, which is like, fine, whatever, I'll just spend the time alone. You know, he's kind of throwing a fit, but he's doing it playfully, you know, in a way.
You would think that.
I would. I would.
You would.
And she's being very direct, and and she's challenging things that she needs to, but she's not being rude about it or anything.
I feel like they're both treating each other the same, and they both have the same issues with each other. And it's all been very respectful. And they're also saying when they're frustrated. Which I like. Yeah. I mean, these are like, honestly, those are normal disagreements that couples have, or like difficult things that they have to navigate. Like, that all feels very, very normal to me.
Can we go back for a second?
What?
Karma and Amar.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that to turn around that quick. But I did, you know what, when we were in the honeymoon still, I was like, she doesn't give she's gonna do whatever she's gonna do.
Yeah, you were right.
And we're seeing it happen because
she did what
I
she's gonna do.
had an inkling that she wasn't gonna let it bother her.
Yeah.
She did it.
She was unbothered that entire honeymoon. Also, she handled herself so beautifully in every scenario. It's like, honestly, I'm taking a lot from watching her handle him, because he would get a little frustrated, or like his level of heated, which wasn't really that heated, but was him getting a little bit uncomfortable.
Also, him putting his hands on the table, I think, was a little like intense, but I think it was also because he has rings. I heard the rings hit the table, and I think she was like, "Oh," you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, he probably just didn't realize how it was going to come off.
Well, I do think there's frustration there, and definitely in like the hands on the table thing. But then it's like you have jewelry on that, and then it's going to come out a lot different. Yeah.
But I like how she never got, I don't know how she does that, because that's just not, I'm emotionally volatile, so like, I'll get upset, but she didn't raise her voice to him. She didn't, I mean, she handled herself beautifully
around like rocks in the river. It was just like boom, boom, boom. It was like he was bringing this energy, and she's like, well, actually, let's go over here with it. She was steering conversations in a way that I think showed a high degree of like finesse, honestly.
Yeah.
Because she was where Amar was way more emotional throughout the entire season, I think. Karma showed up like controlled every time.
I thought he actually showed up pretty good too, because he what you said, unlike Mito got upset and was like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Amar was just like, I don't feel comfortable with like us kissing and hugging, given that our relationship is what it is now. I agree,
but in that was his expression that he's very emotional at that point. You know, and I think he showed that multiple times throughout the season. That kind of, I'm not saying that he was popping off hugely, but I was saying that he was a lot more emotional than she was. Karma was like, I mean, she was there for him when they were together and things were good. But then when she had to like speak her truth, like she was just totally in control.
Yeah.
You know, and she didn't let anything he do face her. She almost was entertained by it, honestly.
I really liked the way that both of them showed up, even though I'm much more on the same page with Karma that I am with Amar. Like, I don't understand him telling her not to dance and whatever, and some of that I know is cultural, and I'm not going to understand. But I like the way that both of them showed up for themselves by setting boundaries that they felt comfortable with. I do believe both of them will find people that feel similarly about life to them, and they'll be happier for not having sacrificed things that they felt were so important to both of them. Yeah. And in general, I feel like they treated each other respectfully.
And it felt like a real dating show, because they dated and they were like, this isn't going to work, let's break up. There was no like dragging it on. There's no like, if the producers are back there trying to keep them together, they didn't give a you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of that still felt like the people taking this dating part of the show seriously. Yeah. I like that.
And seeing Karma's love story with herself was just the best.
Karma's love story with her dancing, and she's like, "I'm gonna dance," and then she danced out.
I know. And that was it. She danced out. She danced away. What a great ending for her, honestly, on the show. I'm excited to see them on the reunion too. I hope that like they still both kind of don't harbor any like bad blood for each other and stuff like that.
Kitab and Ozma were great.
Yeah, they're showing up really good too.
If you had, and then Shafiq and Dunya obviously are more complicated, but there's potential there. Who do you think, if we had to pick two couples that make it? I don't know. I'm thinking two couples make it, but if there are two couples that make it, who?
Muhammad and Safa, 100%. There's no question for me. The logistics, they'll figure it out. It's frustrating in the moment, I understand, but they're going to figure it out.
And then are we going Kitab Asma, or are we going Dunya Shafiq?
I think we pick different people, because I think it's going to be Shafiq and Dunya. And you think it's going to be Kitab and Asma.
I think it's going to be Kitab and Asma.
Yeah, so we differ on that.
All right, well, don't tell us what you think if you've already seen it, but feel free to voice out if you haven't.
Yeah, for sure. Or neither, I guess.
Yeah, and also, as always, just be careful around spoilers. Only a couple more episodes.
Yes. Thank you for watching with us. Let us know what you think in the comments. Give the video a like if you haven't. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of this. And or if you're interested in watching Love is Blind Argentina with us. And
also hit us up on our membriash Instagram if you want to chat or just kind of be Insta friends. We don't post a lot on there, but we do occasionally.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
And then I got it knocked, and I started going,
ridiculous.
All those tearjerker.
Hey, we're gonna go on a cruise this summer. You should come with us.